Hello everyone. So I mentioned I bought a huge collection from like mid 90s all the way up into like 2003 uh, with like 80 to 90 sealed boxes, which we'll be opening I'm sure over time here. So a lot of cool stuff. But also I got the collection, and so everybody kind of asked where I get some of the stuff. This is kind of one of the examples. This guy I met at a flea market a year ago, maybe less than that. And he had a Tom Brady, like the 2000 Prism, a sealed box. And at a flea market for all that. And he had it priced at like $2,000. And I was like, all right, whatever. Usually if people overprice stuff, even online or eBay, I just kind of ignore them and don't even bother. It's like a waste of my time if people just aren't aware. That's just me personally. So I just kind of let it go. And then down the road, I saw he had posted some other boxes. And then I just looked at what they sold for, and I offered him what I thought they were worth. And he took the offer right away. And I was like, well, that was cool. He actually didn't argue at all. You know, he maybe knew the market. And, you know, I guess you can't blame somebody for trying to get what they can. Then I found out he has like this massive collection of boxes and a huge collection that he was curious or interested on selling. So I said, hey, well, if you want me to swing out, I can take a look. And usually when I go to swing out, I always try to bring money and be prepared to buy it all and try to make a deal. I learned one time I went and looked at something, went back, made an offer, and then I just swear there were some cards that were not in there when I originally looked. And so I figure if I'm there, it's like, hey, I'll take it all as is right now. And then I'll usually offer what I think is fair if I can get a good enough price without being ridiculous, because I know some people want to just enjoy trying to just screw people out of stuff if they don't know any better. But this guy knew, so I bought his entire collection with all those boxes, and I just went through kind of the main variety of stuff and just pulled some of the cards I thought were interesting. And because it's cool for people, most of us have probably seen some of these, but there's a lot of these inserts that you didn't see as often, a lot of numbered autos, different stuff. So I'll be going through some of the different inserts from that time. We have a ton of numbered cards, which were kind of cool. Some, mem, patch, whatever, there's a variety, and then some autos too. But yeah, so I'll just kind of zip through. I'll go through the main inserts. I was kind of disappointed because there's a lot of stuff not sleeved, like these, that were not in good condition, but I'm assuming he had probably got these and was the same thing. He probably bought them and they were already kind of in that condition. Again, all of these I just took right out. I haven't sleeved or really top-loaded much of them because it's going to be quite the job. And I'm already kind of busy. Obviously, I'd like to open a lot of the older stuff too, which we're doing here. Some Walter Paytons. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff, but these weren't in the greatest condition. These are a little bit more common. But these inserts, I thought, there's a lot of them that are really cool in here. And then there's, some other Joe Cap, some older cards in there too. So yeah, now these inserts, these are kind of a whole different thing. There's just some cool stuff they add. Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith. So just, some of these old kind of predictor, everybody remembers the predictors, Planet Metal, Metal Universe. I've always loved those, especially in basketball. Obviously, I'm a big basketball guy. Sculpted. Maybe some of the younger collectors who didn't get to see stuff like this that they had. This stuff was, wasn't a lot of card brands. Like I said, a lot of these I got to sleeve up yet too. But I know Pacific, did make a lot of cool cards. I thought they were kind of ahead of their time. Roll out. Steve Young with the football. Brett Favre, Jerry Rice. More of that Pacific Crown. Marcus Allen. Here's another one of those Metal Universe. Jerry Rice, the two-sided cards. Of course, you have your Bowman. And this is what I was like looking through and finding some of the refractors, because again, those weren't quite as common back then. We had some Manning and Moss rookies in there. I know those are probably scattered through all these cards. Like I said, I won't spend too much. I'll just kind of go through them. Again, some of the rookies are going to have some little dings and marks on them. A whole pile of like Vic, Drew Brees, in the press pass. Again, some of them not the most desired rookies, but again, Skybox, your Metal Universe, President's Reserve. You can tell some of them probably stick when they opened them. Man, I remember having an Emmitt Smith like this. That was one of my card, 10 or 20 bucks. That was the Beckett price. Was my most proud card I think I ever pulled. And I think that's what's unique. There's just something about pulling the cards, Ultra Rookies, than just buying them. I think that's why I've always enjoyed it. Demolition Men. I mean, I could go more on each card. So there's the gold insert Metal Universe, Skybox. Of course, just some of your basic rookies. Found some Brady. Oh, and he did sell all of his Brady wax, except for the ones that I had already opened that had the autographics chances. And it sounded like he took a way better price on them. So I was kind of disappointed because I probably could have. Power Surge or the rings. But in hindsight, they were still kind of at that prime. They were still pretty high, 6 months ago. So Gunslingers. Oops. So then there was a lot of Topps gold labels. He had class 1, 2, and 3 in there. Dante, Aikman, Peyton, Moss. So that was kind of a cool. And they actually had some pretty cool inserts too. Of course, these are your Christmas. McNabb. Time Warp. Love that one. Dion. Peyton Manning. So that's that Prism 2000. It's the one we all wouldn't mind that rookie in. Of course, 18 of 77. That should technically be in my numbered pile. That's the one thing I tried to look at. Oh, that one's 2. So that one's out of 145. Randy Moss. Barry Sanders. So then I grabbed, again, some of these like this are the Refractor, Double Threat, more Randy. See my Minnesota guy. Rookie Vision, Drew Brees and Chad Johnson. This one I was surprised. I know I think I got the Barry Sanders one too with his Wolverine. I think you're mixing two collectors thing that people like. Tim Couch. Peyton Manning, we've seen some of those. Those are a little more common. Fury. So the die cuts. This is into that 2000. So obviously he must have opened some of that 2000 wax, Warren Sapp, as well, because as you can see, there was a bunch of those in there. Now these, as I said, unfortunately, a lot of these weren't sleeved. But I said we'll kind of carefully go through them. Donovan McNabb. Caught in the draft. Say, with the net. Kind of the see-through. Pacific. You know, I never even really looked up any of these two. I mean, it's going to take me long enough to go through because there's so many boxes. Moments in Time, more die cut. So when I'm trying to go through all the boxes, it's it's going to be kind of a tedious thing to go through and separate. Eddie George, so that's like a very smooth. Like these were always cool too, the Aurora. So Ricky Williams, Dante Culpepper rookie, Drew Brees. Said more cards that are probably not fun to sleeve. I definitely have to cut the side of the sleeve on those. 3,000 Yard Club, Walk of Fame, Marshall Falk, Monty Toomer, Stat Stars, Ring of Honor, Record Breakers, Power Packed, or obviously Ryan Leaf. Cold Heroes. I thought this was a really cool card. I think I might have another one of that. Young Guns. So that was a cool insert. Stars progression. Again, Montana Favre. Pennington, probably the outlier. Pennington in that group. Steve McNair. And then more of that Topps gold label. These were always, I mean, Sharpies were the R for rookie on the back. Randy Moss, Eric Molds. Some of these might be similar. I'll probably zip through some, like gold label. Got Michael Vick, rookies. LaDainian Tomlinson, rookies. Some of these I need to set down because they already weren't sleeved up, and some of them I don't want to slide as much as others. A little scratch. Reggie Wayne, Urlacher, rookie. Urlacher, I guess we could say. So a bunch of good rookies in there. Star Quest. That reserve choice. Another one of that Reggie Wayne rookie. This is kind of the metal universe that wasn't quite of a fan of. I like that metal look, a big buzz. Then we'll get up to the cased and the numbered cards. Through here, so I know there's some refractors. Donovan McNabb. Tana Moss, Quantum Leap, Press Pass. So those probably aren't. Class of 2002. Danian Julius Peppers. Season review. Pack Warriors. So it's kind of like said a cool year, and at least the guy was very honest. He told me right away. He's like, yeah, there's no. He's like he grabbed the Brady rookies and sold them. He told me that right away. He's like he couldn't wait on those because the market was so high during COVID. And then he didn't know he was going to sell all of his collection. I think that's probably what got him interested in selling. Is he's like, man, the prices now compared to what they've been. More of the rings. Bringing a Power Surge. Like I said, I don't do a lot of videos, but I know that some people. For me, going through the collections, I just absolutely love. So. Figured some people would be pretty intrigued by seeing some of the many different inserts. I'm sure there'll be a lot of these boxes I still might be opening yet too. So certified, it's all kind of the same. And some of these are just so ridiculous. I thought this was kind of an interesting one. Urlacher. Odyssey, work done. Emmitt Smith. He was fairly organized too. I mean, he had a lot of them between players, but then a lot of these, like, they were just separated, and I went through and, like I said, all of a sudden you're seeing all the rookies of Moss and Manning. And again, when you're buying a collection, that's what you want. You want to have all that stuff in there. So some of them, I never know why they're sleeved. No, that's cool. Gonzalez say, I mean, that's a great one. Gold label Aikman. Bunch of Moss. Favre. Prime rookies. Randy Moss. The blue rookie you don't see very often. That's for sure. Well, and then this is the red. The white. That's that refractor, Steve Young. It's kind of an interesting one. The Christmas tree. '99 Prism. Of course, we've seen the Brett Favre. Star-studded. Clear focus. There it is. Wolverine Barry Sanders. Insert. Back. Barry Sanders. Some of these are thick cases too. Pro Bowl card. Rising Star. I always love seeing the prices. I always wonder when the prices were that much. Moss rookie, some more in there. Barry Sanders. And a little bit more to go. It's all right. It's a longer video. I'm sure the people that, for those of you that do enjoy seeing these cards, though, I mean, and that's why I enjoy collections like this. I always feel like I overpay. I mean, that's just in general, but this is like all the collection of stuff that I enjoy opening. There was the graded cards in there. So I know the Collector's Edge, they had the uncirculated. So I got a Redmond, Edge Retail, Sean. So nothing too huge in these. This was Retail, Travis Taylor, Des White, Rookie Update, High Numbers, and uncirculated. So these ones you can buy. There's boxes of Collector's Edge that are 2000 that come with one graded card. That's usually what these are. In those rookies, there isn't a Brady in that uncirculated, from what I remember. So these are all numbered. You know, again, sorry, some of this takes a little longer. I just figured if we're going to show them, we might as well show the cards. So even like these top stars, you know, $39.99. Vinny Testaverde to 71. Both of these are going to be numbered to 3,000. Right. So some of them are higher. Tim Couch Premium to 1,000. TO. So any of these private stock is going to be 330. Is going to be different to 750. Terrell Davis to 750. Now back then, a card to 750 or to 1,000 was still, you know, it's not like it is today, obviously, as we know. Steve Young to 5,000. It's not like it is today when the cards are numbered, because you just didn't get, there just wasn't a lot of numbered cards then. So to 19, 87.99. So they kind of go up with some of them. This one's cased. That's to 99. Yeah, so to get a card to 99 was pretty significant. Steve Young. I think these had whole sets that were to 5,000. And then you had these. So then it'd get down to 2,500. Curtis Martin. So to 3,000 for these. Especially in other sports, to 150. It's a Bruce to 199. To 1989. I mean, these they typically would do score. I know they always had numbered to whatever year, 4,500. To 106, Jamal Lewis. Again, kind of a ran. Ron Jaworski to 1948. Marino out of 300. Plaxico out of 5,000. Again, a higher one. T.O. to 2,000. To 1,000. And this is what's so crazy going through these collections. Edrin is there is, I mean, like rows. There's 5,000 card boxes of all these numbered to 5,000. And so as I was going through them, I pulled some of the favorites out, but it was like, man, I mean, this, I could only pull out some of them. And again, for me, I'm almost going to have to go and sleeve and top load so many cards. Carter to 950. Williams to 1,000. Warwick Dunn to 850. To 100. So I grabbed just a lot of the guys. Kind of the guys that are, I mean, sometimes bigger. 499. That'd be the same. To 125. But sometimes the lower ones, we already went through some of those. To 500. To 1,000. These will be to 3,250. They kind of go up from there based on the variation. Like these ones should have always been sleeved to 3,000. Turf Team. And granted, yeah, like I said, a lot of them are higher numbered, but then you got to 210 to 199. Curtis Martin to 1,000. To 2,000. 2,000. Chad Peddington to 500. Ricky Williams and George. Hines Ward. Tony Gonzalez. Pittman to 150. We're getting some big names. Emmett. I'm sure these will all be in that 1 to 5,000 range. 3,500. And then your private stock, 650. 330. This one had a ding on the corner, unfortunately, because this one was to 1,000 and this Musi Muhammad was to 100 only. Frank Moreau to 1,000. This is what we needed to get the need to get a box of those and pull a Brady, right? Rookie royalty, Drew Brees to 1,250. Jerry Rice to 480. Randy Moss to 87.99. Terrell Davis to 1,000. Donovan McNabb to 50. Hardware, Steve Young. Curtis Martin to that 100. Another Muhammad to 75. Joe Montana to 1,000. Ray Lewis to 100. Like, those are the ones I love. You got these great athletes, big players, and then you're getting cards down to that 100 or less range. Chris Carter to 1,000. T.O. to 35. That's pretty cool. All right, so I'll go through the autos. Ty Law to 1,750. Roy Williams. Willie Howard. Josh Booty. Now, if you guys have watched when I opened these cubes, I had opened all the cubes and they all came with his like patch. I think it was from his college jersey, but I got 3 in a row in 3 cubes. And I'm like, I almost need to finish the name and get Booty for the name. So it's funny when I look at that. That's the first thing I thought of was those cubes that I opened. Josh Reed. Paulie to 250. Gold label. Sylvester Morris to 50. Rando Eller. There could be worse ones to 50. So these had some of these classic pro line in here. Keenan McCardell. It's 2150. Again, I bought a collection with some of these old ones. Then we just got essentially our patch cards. Patch, man, I guess we'll have to see here. Each one's going to be a little different. Patch jersey men, but again, during his rookie season, that's what I love about these. So this was worn during it. It's numbered 227. So I think that's what's unique is back when they made these, the player wore jerseys to $14.99. Pro Bowl jersey relic. Robert Griffith. Of course, I'm a Vikings fan, so nothing wrong with that. Jim Harbaugh. Shirt off my back. Brian to 100. This is a photo of the actual jersey from which this swatch was taken. Well, that's interesting. Fabric of Champions to $14.99. And it's cool, these ones like tell you the year most often. Antonio Freeman, game worn to 300. Pro Bowl worn. Kind of the same as the other one, $14.99. And this one was a game worn. This said authentic game used helmet, 22K. But that's all they kind of put. It's just this thick, ridiculous car. So there it is. Again, longer video, but lots of cool variations. I'll go through one other collection here in a bit. That's all this huge auto collection of old stuff I bought. Otherwise, I'm sure we'll be back to opening some products. But yeah, there's kind of a little touch on how I got these collections. Like I said, just keeping in touch, communicating with people. And of course, we'll see what else we can come up with.